Well, good morning, my lovelies, and welcome to a very grey, very dreary, very overcast, slightly nippy, a little bit breezy Tuesday morning. I hope you're all well. Yes, can't we tell autumn's starting to move in now? The wind's picked up, it's gone very cold, although it is warming up in the afternoons when the sun comes out. It does warm up a little bit, but yeah, you can tell autumn's moving in. Right, enough chit chat about the weather. So today I thought we would have a little chat about keeping up appearances. And all this started through a conversation with one of the office girls at work. One of the newer office ladies at work, in the office where I clean, made a comment about my witchy tattoo. And she said, "Oh, that's a really unusual tattoo." I said, "Oh, thank you very much." She says, "What made you have it? Are you part of a cult?" I said, "No." I said, "What makes you think that?" She says, "Well, it's a really unusual thing to have on your arm." I'm just like, okay. Come on, you come this way. Good girl. Let's walk on the grass. That's it. Good girl. Off we go. Right. Then she noticed the rings that I wear, my jewellery, more notably my earrings. And she said, "Oh, are those tarot cards?" I said, "Yeah." And she just looked at me and I said, "What's that look for?" I said, "What are you getting at?" She said, "Well, I don't quite understand where you're coming from. Everybody else in that office knows what I'm like." And I said, "Well, I'm first and foremost pagan." I says, "And secondly, I'm a practicing witch." And she looked at me aghast and went, "Well, you don't look like a witch." To which there were sniggers round the office. And I turned around and said to this woman, "What do you expect me to do? Wear a black cape and a pointy hat and come flying into work on my broom?" I said, "It's all hearsay and urban legends and myths." I said, "There's more of us out there than you know." She says, "Well, you don't dress like one." I went, I said, "No, I don't, because it's not appropriate for work, is it?" I said, "I don't wander around in coats and boots and pointy hats and broomsticks, carrying a black cat and a cauldron to make a flipping statement." I said, "No, I don't." I says, "I make subtle statements. I make them with my jewellery. I make them with my makeup. I make them with my hair colour. I make them with my tattoos. The only time you're ever likely to see me anywhere near looking like a witch is the weekends when I'm not at work and I don't have to wear a uniform." She just couldn't get her head round it, bless her. She was just completely... What made me laugh was she said, "Well, you know if you walk past people and you can tell that they're goths." Well, yeah, because they dress like a goth, because that's their tribe, that's who they're with. Same with punks. You knew a punk when you saw a punk because they dress like a punk. Same with heavy metal fans. You know they're a heavy metal fan because they dress like a heavy metal fan, because that's their tribe. That's their culture. I said, not all witches want to parade round dressed as witches. So my question is, after I spent 20 minutes trying to explain it to this poor woman, my question is, in the words of Hyacinth Bouquet, and keeping up appearances, come on you, do you what's the word? Do you make the effort with your cultural, cultural or tribal appearance? So do you dress pagan, do you dress Wiccan, do you dress Druid on a daily basis? Or do you do the subtle hints like what I do, you know, jewellery, makeup, hair colour, anything like that? Or do you just wander around in your normal clothes and that's it? Because it absolutely tickled me to death that this woman, I mean, and bless her, she's not been there long, so she doesn't know the way the office works, and she doesn't she doesn't understand that, you know, not everybody that comes in the office works in the office. I'm just there to clean it. She doesn't understand that just because I follow, oh, this way, just because I follow a path, a spiritual path, whatever you care to call it, doesn't mean that I have to dress up to reflect the path that I follow. Because not all spiritual paths and not all religions have a dress code. Some do, but not all of them. So yeah, she was quite confused that because I follow a pagan path and a witch path and a slightly spiritual path, she couldn't get her head around the fact that I don't dress accordingly. And what made me laugh even more was, she says, well, Christians wear cloths, wear crosses, Sikhs wear turbans. I said, yeah, because maybe that's what their religion dictates. Maybe that's what their religion asks them to do. It's part of their religion. I said, first of all, this is not a religion. This is a spiritual path. Secondly, we are not, what was the word I used? We are not indoctrinated by heads of our governing body, shall we say. Like the Christians have their vicars and their priests. I said, we're not governed by that. Nobody tells us what we wear. That's entirely up to us. And she just looked at me, she went, oh, okay. And then the next question that came out of her mouth was, you're not going to put a spell on me, are you? You're not going to hex me, are you? Well, I looked at the head of planning and she looked at me, and I just rolled my eyes and went, only if you wind me up enough, love. And I walked out. I said, see you guys later. And I walked out. It tittered me for the rest of the day. It absolutely tittered me, because I thought, how can somebody be so naive? Yes, I get it, I understand it. You know, we don't all wander around making a statement with the way we dress for the path that we follow. But just because I'm a member of that path doesn't mean that I have to dress accordingly. I can show my true self, the path that I follow, by subtle things like jewellery, hair colour, makeup. So yeah, it was a bit of an odd question, bit of a weird one. But yeah, that's what you do when you deal with people that don't understand or choose not to understand. So lovelies, me and the woo are going to go finish this walk off, and then we're going to go home, and I'm going to work. Oh, joy. So I hope you all have a terrific Tuesday. Look after yourselves. Remember, if you're struggling, there's always someone out there that will help. Look after one another, And if nothing else in this world, please be kind, because you don't know what that other person's going through that stood next to you. And from me and the Woo, we're sending you all much love and many blessings.